Tonight, a much-anticipated meeting between President Biden and Vladimir Putin nears. We have a breakdown of what the two leaders are expected to discuss. Plus, an uncertain future as a juvenile treatment facility closes its doors. Many are wondering where that leaves local kids utilizing their services. And later, Minnesota's 8th District Congressman is slamming President Biden on his plans to conserve 30% more land and water across the U.S.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. President Biden is now in Switzerland, preparing for tomorrow's high-stakes summit with Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Natalie Brand is in Washington with more on what to expect.
As President Biden's visit to Europe draws to a close, the stage is set for what may be the most consequential part of the trip.
President, are you ready for tomorrow? Thank you so much. Thank you.
On Wednesday, President Biden will meet face-to-face with Russian President Vladimir Putin at a villa in Geneva, Switzerland. This sit-down is expected to last several hours, with issues including Ukraine, election interference, and cyber attacks high on the agenda. The Kremlin has denied involvement in recent cyber attacks, but U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo says otherwise.
There is plenty of proof that a number of cyber attacks in the past few years have come from Russia.
President Biden says he's going into the meeting with the full support of America's European allies.
We're committed to the same democratic norms and institutions, and they are increasingly under attack.
Each side is said to have low expectations for the talks, but the ultimate goal is a more predictable relationship.
Both Russia and the United States are interested in a certain stabilization, or I would even say freezing, of the confrontation.
President Biden and President Putin are planning to hold separate news conferences after the summit. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
President Biden is scheduled to fly back to the U.S. following the summit and press conference. Well, today, members of Congress heard testimony chronicling the federal response to the January 6th Capitol riot. Before the House Administration Committee, the U.S. Capitol Police Inspector General laid out the findings in his fourth flash report. In it, he said Capitol Police response teams did not have adequate training and questioned the appropriateness of using one private facility, Northern Red Training. The report also found the agency lacked proper operating procedures, including for securing equipment.
They did not have their riot control gear with them. We had to get them back to the armory. We had to reconfigure them and re-equip them to get them forward.
Today, the FBI director said nearly 500 people have been arrested in connection to the attack, with over 100 investigations ongoing. Meanwhile, the Biden administration continues to combat domestic terrorism by topping recruitment and deterring violence. Democratic leaders are laying the groundwork for a go-it-alone approach on President Joe Biden's big jobs and families infrastructure plan, even as the White House continues negotiating with Republicans on a scaled-back $1 trillion proposal. A top White House advisor assured House Democrats today there would be a fresh assessment by next week on where talks stand with the Republicans. But Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced he is moving ahead.
And now that President Biden's fiscal 22 budget request has been received by Congress, the Budget Committee can begin the important work of producing a budget resolution.
Schumer is set to meet privately tomorrow with the Senate Budget Committee to prepare for July votes on a majority rules approach to pass the $1.7 billion American Jobs Plan and $1.8 billion American Families Plan. Well, President Biden has officially nominated a Duluth native to serve as the new U.S. ambassador to Israel. The White House announced Tom Nide's appointment this afternoon. It's expected to be a critical role given the major political changes playing out in Israel. Nides recently served the U.S. State Department. He's a 1979 Duluth East grad. His new position must be approved by the U.S. Senate. Dave is here for a first check of the weather. Dave, we're heading into a little bit of a cool down compared to what we've been experiencing.
Well, today probably was the coolest of the cool, Kristen. Tomorrow we're going to perk up a little bit for temperatures, which means they'll nudge upwards a little bit. Not to levels like last week, no 90s, but we could get back into the 80s away from the lake tomorrow. There's that Canadian high that kept us cool today and brought in the sun, and I think it'll keep it calm overnight tonight and then sunny again tomorrow. Off to the west, though, was a low-pressure system that does bring us a shower and storm chance on Thursday, but right now it looks to be only a 30% chance, especially in the morning. Then it'll fade away in the afternoon and dry up again as early as Friday. In fact, Thursday may spike back into the 80s for everybody, but that's as warm as it may get for a while, because then by Friday, Saturday, it does cool back down again. Okay, short-term forecast. Tonight will fall to 50 with a partly cloudy sky. Then tomorrow, even here in the Twin Ports, will go up towards 77 with a mostly sunny sky. Again, Thursday is the day of change with a cloudier sky, a chance for some rain, and a chance to get back into the 80s. And we'll talk more about that and a couple other rain chances this week in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. The clock is ticking to find new placements for at-risk teens who are getting treatment at the Hills Youth and Family Services. That organization announced yesterday they will shut down all locations by July. This includes a treatment center for juvenile offenders here in Duluth. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with the Hills staff about the closure and what this means for the kids they serve.
After facing deep financial struggles, the Hills Youth and Family Services Center will close for good on July 2nd.
And this is a very sad day for mental health in the state of Minnesota.
Their Duluth Treatment Center houses up to 50 at-risk teens and juvenile offenders. The goal was to help them overcome behavioral and mental health issues.
People who come here to live and get services are people who have had a lot of struggles and often have nowhere else to go.
The centers are closing due to a $35 million financial loss, which mainly started shortly after their Twin Cities Cambia Hills location opened last year. They've also struggled to get more state funding, which has led to staff shortages.
The funding is determined by the rates that we're able to get from the State Department of Human Services. And without that being adjusted, we're not able to pay staff a reasonable living wage.
For the 100 employees at the Hills in Duluth, they're sad to see the doors close, especially Eric Mattson, who's worked there for 26 years.
We've had kids that have been here that are now leaders in the community. They work in the field, they're probation officers.
Mattson says he'll miss the relationships with staff and students the most, and knowing he's making a difference in their lives.
Knowing every day you did something to help somebody.
Now the Hills is trying to determine next steps for the kids and teens they're caring for. They say some will go home and some will go to other treatment facilities. For others in the juvenile justice system, it'll be up to the courts to determine their next steps. The Superior School District is worried about losing pandemic relief money geared toward education. Superior joined several other districts across the state that also sent letters to Wisconsin lawmakers urging them to take action. As it's currently proposed, the state budget does not include enough funding for K-12 schools to unlock more than $2 billion in federal relief money. Wisconsin Republicans are drafting the state budget. Meanwhile, the Michigan Senate has voted unanimously to allocate nearly $4.4 billion in federal COVID-19 aid to K-12 schools after Republican lawmakers and Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer's administration reached an agreement. The budget bill would spend all but $362 million in unallotted school funding from U.S. rescue packages approved in March and December. Final legislative votes are expected on Wednesday. Meanwhile, negotiations continue over the 2021-22 budget and how to use billions in other virus funds. Today, the Senate unanimously passed a bill to establish Juneteenth as a federal holiday. The bill designates June 19, 2021 as Juneteenth Independence Day. It's in recognition of June 19, 1865, the date on which news of the end of slavery reached slaves in southwestern states. This comes after Senator Ron Johnson, a Republican from Wisconsin, announced he would no longer object to the measure moving forward like he did last year, paving the way for its passage. The bill still needs to pass the House before going to the president's desk. And today marks 101 years since 3 black men were lynched in downtown Duluth. Elias Clayton, Elmer Jackson, and Isaac McGee were killed on June 15, 1920, after being wrongly accused of sexually assaulting a white woman. Today, about 100 community members gathered at the Duluth Memorial in their honor. They called for racial justice and awarded scholarships to 2 local students. Nabiha Chadri, a recent Hermantown grad, is one of them. She started a program to help elementary students understand the impact of racism at an early age.
I just wanted to educate everyone at my school because I faced some racial judgments when I was younger, and so I wanted to help, decrease that at my school and end the cycle of discrimination there.
Other events commemorating the deaths this week included a gathering at Clayton, Jackson, and McGee's grave sites. There was also a virtual presentation on Sunday. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a federal judge goes against the Biden administration in its plans to ban new oil and gas leases. Ion Mining is up next.
Well, we're halfway through June and we've only received 1/3 of an inch of rain here in the Twin Ports, getting towards 1 3/4 inches shy of normal. There's a chance of rain coming our way. 3 of them, actually. The first one isn't that great. The other 2, will they be better? We'll take a look at the 7-day forecast together, coming up right after our break.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCoppel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
If you're worried about spoiling your dinner with any of our dollar sliders from 2 to 5 p.m. at Arby's, do what I do. Order a dollar shake to take your mind off it. Arby's, we have the meat.
Numi Jewelers is excited to announce our spectacular 70th anniversary sale. For the month of June, save up to 70% on select jewelry. Celebrate 70 years with us. Stop in to browse our huge selection. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
You need fast, reliable internet, but it's not a one-size-fits-all world. At Mediacom, we have a pricing plan for everyone. You can get our starting internet service for $19.99 a month for a year. And with that comes a great deal of speed. We're talking 60 meg, because unlike other providers, we want you to have fast internet from the start. Extreme speeds go up to 1 gig with lots of options to choose from. So let's talk. Call us today at 844-EXTREME2.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get 0% financing for 72 months on select popular Chevy SUVs. Or get 10% of MSRP cash back on most 2021 Equinox models.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
A plan to conserve more of America's lands and waterways is being slammed by Congressman Pete Stauber. Months ago, President Biden signed an executive order that included a goal called the 30 by 30 Initiative. It aims to protect wildlife and fight climate change by conserving 30% of U.S. lands, ocean areas, and freshwater by the year 2030. Today, Congressman Stauber and the rest of Minnesota's Republican delegation sent a letter to the president expressing concerns. Stauber called the 30 by 30 a land grab that would harm industries like mining, logging, and farming. The president's AG secretary has previously insisted the plan is not a land grab and says it includes, quote, no intention to take something away from folks. Meanwhile, a federal judge in Louisiana has ordered an end to the Biden administration's suspension of new oil and gas leases on federal land and water. The judge ruled today in a lawsuit filed by Louisiana's attorney general and officials in 12 other states. Those states say the Biden administration bypassed bureaucratic steps required before such delays can be undertaken. The decision is a blow to Biden's efforts to rapidly transition the nation away from fossil fuels and thereby stave off the worst effects of climate change, including catastrophic droughts, floods, and wildfires. And looking ahead, Cleveland Cliffs gave a preview today of what they're calling a successful second quarter. While the officials won't announce the full financial results until the end of July, today Cliff said it's expecting growth in earnings. They'll announce their Q2 results on July 22nd. We'll make sure to let you know what they report right here on CBS 3.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Our weekend anchor, Natalie Grant, got the day off, so she went out and about up north, up the North Shore, and took this beautiful picture. Looks like a tropical island because our weather is just so gorgeous right now from high pressure that took over the region. But it's Canadian high pressure, so the temperatures were a little less than tropical, but still quite tolerable, especially to those of us who do like it cooler by the lake. Last week's warm spell is gone, though tomorrow temperatures will already start to warm up once again. Will they become oppressive like some folks thought about last week? I'll show you with the 7-day forecast and let you make your own decision whether it's warm or cool or nice or naughty. You know, that's the way it always seems to roll. Let's roll on now towards the current conditions at Duluth International Airport, where it's 59 degrees. 62% is the relative humidity with an easterly wind at 6 miles per hour. 30.19 inches of mercury is the barometric pressure, still on the high side from that high, which will keep control of our sky towards the blue side through tomorrow. It's Thursday when it may get a little bit grayer and we may get a chance for some rain. Current temps down to 48 in Watersmeet, still holding on to 52 for Ironwood and Hurley and Bessemer and Wakefield. 48 to 56 degrees for our friends in Wisconsin. As usual, the cool spot being around the Apostle Islands and the warm spot being down south towards Hayward. Minnesota numbers still as warm as 61 around Moose Lake and Willow River, but we're slipping towards 50 up the Gunflint Trail. Still 63 in Ely, 62 for Hibbing, 57 International Falls. But I do think a lot of us are going to dip into the 40s for our lows tonight before we go back into the 70s, even some 80s by tomorrow afternoon. Current Doppler map, because of the high pressure keeping a push downwards, we're hardly seeing any clouds in the sky now, but eventually, and I mean eventually being Thursday morning, low pressure will come to call, and that's going to cloud up the sky just a little bit and bring us that 30% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Doesn't look like a big soaker, though. The latest chart indicates that if that 30% chance pays off by early Friday morning, you know, some towns might get 1/10 of an inch. A place like Silver May might get 1/3. And that'll be about all that was written about the deal until our next rain chance comes, perhaps on Sunday. So into the forecast we go. Tonight in Minnesota, look for low temps from about 45 to 52 degrees with a partly cloudy sky. Wisconsin and Michigan should have lows from 45 to 48. And for tomorrow then, Wisconsin and Michigan gets one more day with a mostly sunny sky. High temps do nudge upwards, 75 near Superior to as warm as 81 down towards Stone Lake and Hayward Cable. Into Minnesota, we see 65 to 72 by the lake, and then inland about 77 to 83 degrees. So the heat goes back on a bit, but it won't be as up as it was last week. And it'll stay that way for the week ahead. The warmest day probably will be Thursday with a 30% chance for showers and storms and a high back into the low 80s even for the Twin Ports. And then that next rain chance is Sunday and Monday, 40 to 50% chance. And so hopefully through persistence, Kristen, we get a little bit of rain to knock down the rain deficit we've been running here in the month of June.
A popular summer tradition was back at Duluth's Chester Park tonight. The Chester Creek Concert Series kicked off with Mary Boo and the Monarchy. The free 10-week series features local artists every Tuesday this summer. The music starts at 7. There's also local food trucks. We have the full summer lineup on our website. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a massive chemical plant fire is still burning in Rockton, Illinois. How leaders hope to keep residents safe. Next.
CBS 3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Station KBJR Television, Inc., an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to providing broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should contact Caleb at KBJR Television, Inc. by calling 218-720-9600. If you are interested in launching your career in any of Quincy Media's 16 television markets, apply for our paid Quinternship program by visiting QuincyMediaCareers.com/Quinternships.
Now's your chance to get an amazing deal on the Honda Civic. It's fun, sporty, and a smart choice too, with excellent fuel economy ratings and a stylish, roomy interior. With standard Honda sensing, a suite of safety and driver-assisted features. No wonder the Civic is the best-selling compact car over the last decade. But hurry into your Honda dealer, because this unbelievable deal on the Civic won't last.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. Got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
There are a lot of choices when it comes to automotive care, but how can you find someone you trust? At East End Auto, our customers have trusted us for the past 20 years to provide them with the best auto care. As your area's full-service repair shop, with the most modern equipment available to us, and backed by a 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty, honesty is what our customer relationships are built upon.
Locally family-owned and operated. Stop out to see why East End Auto is the community's trusted auto repair home.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Bolins.
And I'm Ann Nolette.
And we're Advanced Surgical Associates of Northern Minnesota. As the most experienced robotic team in the Northland, we wanted to provide an alternative to the traditional surgical practices that the hospitals offer.
Robotic-assisted surgery allows more complex surgeries through small incisions with lower chances of infection.
We provide individualized and personalized care so you can have a shorter hospital stay, experience less pain, and recover quicker.
You can learn more online at mnsurgery.com or by giving us a call today.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
Welcome to the Kelly Clarkson Show! This show is about connection. Not even 2020 and socially distancing ourselves are going to get in the way of that.
Are we 6 feet apart?
The Kelly Clarkson Show on CBS 3.
For a second day, authorities are allowing a massive chemical plant fire in Rockton, Illinois to burn itself out. But now authorities say Mother Nature could play a role. Those living within 1 mile of the plant have been asked to evacuate. Those within 2 miles of the site are asked to stay indoors all day, close their windows and doors, and turn off air conditioners. Winnebago County in Wisconsin is now under a disaster proclamation due to the fire. Officials held a press conference today to provide an update to the residents who were forced to evacuate.
Again, because weather patterns change, and you heard about the inversion layers, and again, we want to make sure before we return people to residences that we are able to safely return them and that we can clearly identify what the air quality is for that. And then the 3-mile radius for the masking is really to protect the respiratory systems.
Fire department officials added the air near the plant is safe at ground level, and no workers were injured in the explosion and fire at the chem tool factory. Well, Kelly is here now with sports. Kelly, what's on tap for tonight?
Hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, we have a exciting Game 5. The Bucks have statistics on their side. They look to take the series lead against Brooklyn in the NBA playoffs. Highlights from that game coming up next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Celebrate summer with a certified vehicle from Cary Toyota in Superior. Head for the hills in this 2017 Highlander Limited or drive away in a certified 2018 RAV4 Hybrid. Prefer a larger SUV? Check out this certified 2021 4Runner TRD Off-Road or choose a certified 2018 Tundra Limited for all your outdoor adventures. Inventory is constantly changing, so hurry in to Cary Toyota in Superior to lock in your 2021 summer driving fun while supplies last. You can also ask about our rental vehicles. Cary Toyota in Superior, voted best car dealer 22 times.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
Ready for spring? Northwest Outlet is with a complete line of fashions for men, women, and the kids. From the North Face and Columbia's entire line. New colors, styles on capris, tees, shorts, rain, wind, and fleece jackets. And UPF sun-rated clothing. Big bargains on sandals, rubber boots, and trail shoes from Keen, Teva, Merrill, Chaco, Columbia, and the North Face. See our huge selection of rubber boots and rain gear for kids. Get smart wool and darn tough socks for the whole family. Northwest Outlet Superior. We'll make sure you look good.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Park said so. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I got a 6 Fs.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah.
So you.
It is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Use purchase allowance to get up to 12% below MSRP on 2021 Buick SUVs. Visit your Lake Country Buick dealer.
Now, CBS 3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
In the history of the NBA playoffs, the winner of Game 5 goes on to take the series over 80% of the time. With the Bucks and Nets tied up 2 apiece, the stakes were high out at the Barclays Center tonight. Milwaukee hoping to take the series lead for the first time. James Harden in the lineup for the Nets tonight. It was a great start for the Bucks. They had it going on both ends, out to a quick double-digit lead in the first quarter. They were up by 17 at one point and had the game in control until the second half, when Kevin Durant just caught fire. He finished with 49 points and a triple-double. Brooklyn didn't lead until late in the fourth, but they come back and steal Game 5 from the Bucks, 114-108, the final. And not a great night for the Huskies, wrapping up their 2-game set with the newly formed Mud Puppies out of Minneapolis, 8-0 the final. They are off tomorrow before hitting the road on Thursday against Waterloo. And state baseball is officially upon us. Today was the first time teams have gotten to the big stage in 2 years since last season, having the COVID season canceled them. Grand Rapids taking on Marshall. Marshall already with a 1-0 lead in the third to the 7th. Bases loaded for the Thunderhawks. Base hit into the corner for Andrew Sundberg. What a spot that one will clear the bases. It's a 3 RBI double for Sundberg, and it's a 6-2 Grand Rapids game, and it's the difference maker. Thunderhawks moving on to the second round of the Class A tournament with the win. They will play again in Jordan tomorrow at 12 p.m. to face St. Thomas Academy. They put the beating on Wilmer today, winning 16-9. We'll have highlights tomorrow at 6 and 10. In Class A, Southridge facing Springfield tonight. This was a tight one coming toward the home stretch. Top of the ninth, Springfield gets another run on the board to build a 2-run lead. Southridge has an answer in the bottom frame as Connor Bushbaum threads one through the gap in left center field to plate a run. They get one back and would send it to a 10th inning. Springfield used that frame to score a few more, ending Southridge's run 8-3 the final. And state softball kicked off as well in Mankato, Minnesota. We have two teams representing from the Northland. Greenway and Annandale played in the early game for Class AA. They go down 5-2. The Raiders' undefeated season comes to a close at the hands of the Cardinals. Cherry and Edgerton facing in the Class A quarterfinals. Cherry's season comes to an end 5-2 the final. And down at the boys state golf tournament, Cloquet Sam Baker had himself a day. The Lumberjacks also had a great day as a team. We'll have highlights from that meet tomorrow at 6 and 10. And over in Wisconsin, Northwestern junior Trent Meyer finished in second place at the Division II state meet in Wisconsin Dells. He was tied for the lead after day one and shot a 75 today to finish at +6. And that is going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Celebrate the savings during the anniversary sale at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale, like this 94-inch Stephan sofa for $599. Plus, no money down, special financing for 3 years, and free shipping during the anniversary sale, only at Home Furniture.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 100 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-621-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-621-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-621-4499.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
So it was always really my dream to provide urologic services in a small town. For a surgical subspecialty, usually a larger metropolitan area is much more common. It's pretty much an everyday occurrence where we have a patient walk into clinic and that patient is having a very bad day. And we possess the ability with our team-based approach to fix those problems within oftentimes a matter of minutes. So meeting those needs of those folks close to home, something I feel really good about.
During the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express, get a purple mattress with no money down, special financing for 6 years, plus free delivery and setup and a 120-day comfort guarantee. Buy a purple mattress today during the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
We'll leave you with this tonight, a picture of meteorologist Dave Anderson wearing his life jacket in our studio for National Wear Your Life Jacket to Work Day last month. Won second prize in a Coast Guard auxiliary photo contest. Life Jacket Day and the photo contest were all part of National Safe Boating Week, which is an annual reminder to boaters to stay safe on the water. Along with being the longest serving broadcast meteorologist on Northland TV at 29 years, Dave is also the longest serving auxiliarist in the Twin Ports Coast Guard Auxiliary Flotilla with 22 years of service. The U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary is the civil boating safety wing of Coast Guard forces. Hey, Dave, second prize. I love it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
Next year, first place. We'll see what happens. Boy, it'll be first place for boating tomorrow because the weather should still be calm for one more day. Tomorrow's forecast says mostly sunny and 77. Of course, a little bit cooler on the water. Then on Thursday, maybe you want to sit on shore and chat with a friend because there is a 30% chance for thunderstorms, though the temp will go up to 82, which makes one want to get back on the water again, which you can probably do for Friday and Saturday when it calms down again. Getting into Sunday and Monday, though, that's another chance for showers and storms. 40 to 50% chances those 2 days, and we are drastically shy on rain right now, so we could sure use it. Hopefully it comes across, and a cold front comes across on Monday. It takes our temperatures down back towards 70.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.